are live from Sapphire Now 2018 in Orlando, Florida. I'm Michael Krigsman. I'm an industry analyst and the host of CXOTalk. And right now I have the distinct pleasure of speaking with Andrew Wilson, who is the Chief Information Officer of Accenture. And he's been a guest on CXOTalk before, so that makes it doubly fun. Andrew, how are you?
Hello, Michael. It's really good to be back. Good to see you, my friend.
And great to see you too. Tell us about Accenture.
Well, Accenture is a global force in transformation and capability, helping our clients deal with all of the acceleration in the new technologies we see in the industry. 450,000 digital workers globally, 5 businesses, 250 cities. It's a huge workforce that I have to keep productive, agile, liquid, and effective because their job is to help our clients transform with the new IT.
450,000 digital workers. What are the things that you have on your mind?
Well, I think since we last spoke, the role of the CIO and the job of delivering good IT has moved on significantly, and it's still accelerating. My role really, I don't think, is CIO anymore. I think I'm a Chief Experience Officer. My focus is on delivering the right experience, both in work and out of it, for all of those workers, all of our clients, all of the business leaders, all of the businesses which I run. When it comes to technology, sets a really high bar for me. And so that's really where we are right now.
So this focus on experience, would you elaborate on that for us?
I think the experience theme really is the new digital for me. Experience is all around presenting information in a language and in a way which our human beings recognize. We don't need to create things that operate to serve the company. We need to think about how things are presented to an individual. How does an individual see Accenture? How do they become attracted to the brand? And how, with all of this information and knowledge and creativity, can they stay current and relevant and learn and be effective in this huge liquid state of new technologies?
What are the components of this? I mean, you've described so far platform, data, technology services.
I think the building blocks of effective new IT are different. Platforms, absolutely. Software as a service platforms, capabilities with strong roadmaps like SAP S/4HANA, which we're talking about this week. Those are key to an IT strategy and a business strategy that can deliver at the speed of the new.
It sounds like your perspective is very clearly one through the outcomes, the expectations of your clients, stakeholders, and employees, as opposed to looking at all of this through a technology or a systems view.
Yes, I think the under the hood of the technology and the systems, it's important for capability, maturity, scale, and security, but the agenda and the dialogue cannot start there. We must speak in the language of the business. The next part of the journey has to be preempted because the enterprise needs to move at speed. We're talking about acceleration and agile and speed, and it's never going to be as slow as this again. You hear that a lot nowadays, but it's true. And so the CIO or the Chief Experience Officer or the Chief Digital Officer, whatever the title is, that transformational leadership gene needs to be able to preempt the next stage.
Your footprint and your view is so far broader than historically the traditional CIO role. How does this dovetail or intersect with keeping systems going?
Keeping services going is still important, but I'm brokering and providing those services leveraging other platform providers and cloud. That part of the role still exists. So it doesn't replace that, but it augments it heavily. So whereas before I would work for a business reporting team delivering technology, I now am the insight team. So I have to be able to orchestrate, I have to be able to understand what AI is ready for prime time, how I raise AI, how I decommission the old, how I switch things off. Switching things off is as important as switching things on if you want to stay lean and effective and in a net new position, rather than just having lots of shadow IT or shadow data, which is of a greater concern for me in the new enterprise.
It sounds to me like you're a kind of harbinger of the future of the CIO role, because I don't think that there are many CIOs who have embraced the breadth of what you have in terms of experience, but in general, I think the CIO role is probably evolving as you've described it.
Well, thank you. I do think it is our role and duty in the ecosystem to actually provide that North Star, to provide that type of thinking. Accenture's role in the industry is to integrate platforms and to deliver transformational change. It's really important that we do that to ourselves.
What are some of the challenges of covering such a broad area?
When we move fast, that challenges, and when things are so new, things that are challenge are the scale, the speed. You can't wait to be even a fast follower. Who are you following? In the new, you need to be the group that is being followed. We also have to make some judgment calls and place some bets because there's a lot of choice out there.
Andrew, I know that workforce diversity is very important to Accenture, and in addition to all of the things that you've just been describing, you're very involved in that effort as well.
Yes, and thank you. I'm the Global Pride at Accenture sponsor, which is the community which recognizes, celebrates and looks after our LGBTQ community. So that's quite a broad and diverse group in its own right. So I'm a gay man as well. And so I believe passionately in wanting to support tolerance, inclusion and diversity in our culture. It's absolutely vital and core to our talent strategy. So in our talent strategy, we need to attract, retain all forms of diverse talent. There isn't enough good talent in the world for everything we need to do.
So happy employees ultimately means very satisfied customers.
I believe so.
Is a big part of your role actually asking questions?
We ask a lot of questions, we listen a lot, and we encourage thinking about the future in a way that's different to what are your functional requirements, and I'm going to write them down. I think as we look forward, what will happen next? We have several more chapters of the interface of man and machine. I think augmentation in terms of the human, who will never be replaced, but the job continues to change. How we curate intelligence, how we surface insight alongside data, but where we do not obfuscate the data, because that insight has to develop. We have to raise AI as if it were children, because that's exactly what it is. We've moved a long way from building systems with waterfall and setting out functional requirements and running things with SLAs. Our relationship with SAP is mission critical and sits hand in glove with our relationship with Microsoft. The SAP platforms running on Azure Cloud, powered by the integration and the experience of Accenture, is our market proposition, and it powers Accenture already. We are one of the largest and newest in the world. Most CIOs cannot put their hand up and say, I'm in production on S/4HANA at this scale and this degree of newness. I'm proud to say we can, and I'm proud to say it works. So there's a richness in what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years, which I'm very excited about.
Andrew Wilson, thank you so much.
Thank you.